Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to get this dramatic cut crease. It's mainly black and white and just some glitter and stuff, but I didn't do my foundation or anything yet just because we are working with glitter, and if I put my foundation on and then worked with the glitter it would just get all over my foundation and everything. So I'm going to do all my foundation and contour and all that stuff last, but other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm going to try and talk through as much as I can, but I do have to get really close to the mirror sometimes and I do have to concentrate, so I'm going to try my best to talk you guys through it. But yeah, my skin is super dry and gross looking and I have a huge pimple right behind my piercing. So yeah, but other than that, if you guys want to see how to do this dramatic cut crease, then please keep watching. Okay, so first off, I think we all know that we need to start with an eyeshadow base. I'm going to be using the NYX one, and this is just in the color white. It's just a nice white color, and it's just nice to set your eyelids with because we are going to be wanting everything to stand out. So I like using the white instead of soft ochre or something because the white makes everything just pop a lot more. So I am going to be putting this on. Once that's pretty much blended out or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and set it. So, if I can find my brush. Okay, so I'm going to set it with this NYX white eyeshadow, and this is in the color Whipped Cream. It's just a nice white matte eyeshadow. It's really pigmented, and I just like the way that it sets. So, and it makes my eyeshadow really stand out if you use white. So, you don't have to use white, obviously. This is just what I prefer. So now that we have, a big blotch of whiteness on our face, I'm going to go ahead and start mapping out where I want my crease to be. Also, I wanted to mention, if you have hooded eyes, I don't really have hooded eyes, but I do want my eyes, I want you to be able to see the crease when my eyes are open. So I did draw the crease above my natural crease. If you have hooded eyes, obviously you're going to want to bring the crease up and draw a little bit over, so that way when you're looking straight forward, people can see it and everything. So just make sure when you're doing it, you kind of map it out while looking straight forward at the mirror. So I'm going to try my best to do this and show you guys at the same time. So I'm going to be taking this little tiny pointy brush. I think it was initially a lip brush, but I have so many of them that it doesn't even matter. So I'm just using this, and I'm going to be using the Naked Basics palette. I'm just going to be using the color Crave, which is just a black color. Okay, so basically I'm going to be looking straight at the mirror. I'm going to try my best to be in frame during this, but it is really hard for me to tell if I am or not. So I'm sorry if I'm not perfectly in frame. As you can see, I'm kind of just mapping out above my natural crease, so that way when I look forward you can really see that definition. And this really all depends on your eye shape, so I can't really tell you how to do it because all of our eye shapes are different, so you kind of just have to play around and see what works best for you. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing, and just don't worry if it's a little patchy. We're going to go in and blend it out, so obviously it's not going to look perfect. Sometimes it takes a while to get used to doing a cut crease. It's been a while since I've done one, so it took me a while to actually get this done. I had to redo it a couple of times just because it's not something you do every day, so it can be a little challenging. You're just gonna kind of wing it out. I don't know how to explain it, but you're gonna basically be drawing a new eye almost, if that makes any sense. So I'm kind of just winging it out a little bit, and I'm keeping a very light hand with my brush because I know if I'm heavy-handed then it's just gonna go south really quickly. So just winging it out like you would with your eyeliner. You should have something that looks like this. Cut creases are all different. You can do it however you want. This is just how I prefer. So, depending on your eye shape or however you want it to be, just make sure you go back over your lines and smooth them out. And everything that you draw this line on, you want everything to go up. You don't want it to go down, because you want this to be blank, because you want it to look very sleek and very precise. So make sure once you blend, you don't just blend this out and have it go down here, because that's not what you want to do. You want to keep everything above here, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that as well. So I'm kind of liking where this is going, so I'm going to kind of go in with a lighter shade. I'm going to be taking my Lorac Pro 2 palette, and I'm going to be going in with this gray shade right here, and I'm also going to be going in with this color a little bit. I'm going to be taking it on this little pencil brush right here, and I'm basically just going to be dabbing it into the charcoal color, and then I'm going to be dabbing it into the cool gray, and then really tapping out my brush because I don't want too much product on there. Basically, I'm going to start at the end because, I don't know, I don't want to put too much product in my inner corner, because I want that to be where there's less product, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to bring it over here and just start blending it out, also again with a light hand. And remember, don't go too crazy, because you don't want to, you know, bring it down onto your eyelid or anything. So basically I'm just smudging out that line that we created, but you can also still see that it's very defined, which is fine because we want it to be defined. So just go in with a light hand with a small brush and just blend it out a little bit with the colors that you picked up, and just kind of go back and forth. Basically blended all of that out pretty seamlessly. You can still kind of see the line a little bit. It's hard to see in the camera, but you can still pretty much see where that initial line was that we drew. So I'm going to go back in with that cool gray color. It's kind of got like a gray purpley taupe effect, and I'm going to just put a little bit of that on my brush as well and tap it out again. And now I'm just going to go in and continue blending. You always want to keep your, like when you're blending out stuff like that's very precise, you want to keep your hand at the back of the brush. That way when you're putting, you know, the product on, you're not putting too much on, because if you put your hand so close to the brush, you're going to be putting a lot of product on because of the pressure. But when you keep light pressure, you're not going to be putting too much product on, which really helps when blending things out when you're trying to be precise about something. So I kind of like where this is going, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of a fluffier brush. This is just a little bit more of a thinner brush. I don't know if you can see. It's not super fluffy, but it's also not like super dense either. It's kind of in between. I'm going to be going in with the color Naked 2 in this palette. I really like this to blend out stuff. So it's kind of like a very light taupey color, and I'm just going to tap that out again, and I'm just going to be kind of bringing it up. And I'm going to be doing like circular motions a little bit. Now that we have that blended out and it looks pretty dang good, I'm going to go ahead and sharpen up that line that we first created, again with this brush right here. And I'm just going to go in with that black shade and continue going back and forth. This is all personal preference. Like if you like what you see, then you can stop there, but I'm kind of liking where this is at, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the glitter. Since I only am doing a little line of glitter, I'm going to be just using some lash glue, and for this I'm going to be using the Duo one just because it's shitty in my opinion, but it's clear, so it holds on pretty well when you're doing it on your eyes. I don't recommend this stuff for your eyelashes, but if you're going to be packing on glitter, I think it's pretty okay for that. So, I mean, why not? So, I'm going to be taking this little brush here. It's like another lip brush almost. It's really tiny. It might even be for like eyeliner or something. And I'm basically just going to be putting a little bit of eyelash glue in like a little container thing. And I'm just going to kind of dab into that. And I also am using two different glitters. I'm using this one that I got from Walmart in like a pack of glitters, just like in the craft aisle, and then I'm using my NYX glitter that I love. So those two are mixed, and I have it in like a little palette tray. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of that lash glue on my brush, like a tiny bit, and I'm just going to be underlining where that line was. You don't need a lot of this for the glitter to stick, so I'm not even using that much. And then I'm just going to pack on the glitter as well. Also, and make sure you're using a brush that you don't really care about when using the glue, just because it can ruin your brush. I'm just going to keep packing on the glue and the glitter, and I like to work in small sections. If you have glitter eyeliner, you know, just go for that shit because it's probably a lot quicker. So now that you have all that glitter packed on, I know it kind of got a little bit messy and uneven. We're going to go back in and sharpen it up with that initial color, which is the black. And I'm just going to do a line again over the glitter. That way we can get back some of that definition. So now that we went ahead and sharpened up that line after the glitter, I'm going to go back in with that cool gray color with the pencil brush and blend out some of that harshness. So I like how that looks, and I'm going to go ahead and take that fluffy brush again, and I'm just going to blend this out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my liquid eyeliner, and for this I'm going to be using my NYX matte eyeliner. I've been loving this recently. I just love the way that it goes on. So now that I kind of have like the inner corner almost done, I'm going to go ahead and grab my mascara, and for this I'm going to be using my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara as always, and I'm just going to coat my lashes so I can prep them for falsies. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the inner corner. So I'm basically going to be using a gel eyeliner because I like to use that because I feel like it lasts longer. Sometimes my eyes water and the gel helps that not happen. So this is just the L'Oreal lacquer liner. It just looks like this. And I'm going to be using the brush that comes with it as well, just because I like the way that it works for me. So basically I'm just going to be drawing a point and extending my tear duct to do my inner corners. That's basically all I do. That's all I'm going to do for this tutorial. Now that my inner corners are done, you should have something like this. I basically just extend the tear duct. I hope I got most of it on film. If not, I'm going to try and do like an in-depth tutorial on something like that. But I can't really go into too much detail because this is going to be a long video anyways. Now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and take this white liquid liner and do the detailing that I did underneath this wing. And I'm just going to be using the NYX white liquid liner, and it looks like this. I think it's just like a matte liquid liner. It's in the color Blanc. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put some falsies on, and I'm going to be using, these are the Ardell double ups. I think they're originals. I'm not really sure. These I've used a couple of times, so I don't have the box, but they have been like my favorite recently. And I didn't want to go too dramatic because since we are pretty dramatic on the eyes, I figured we would lay low on the lashes just because I want to be able to see the cut crease and everything. So I'm going to be taking these and putting these on. Okay, so now that my lashes are on, I'm going to be going over the lash line with a little bit of liquid liner to hide the lash line. So now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and wipe some of this glitter off of my face with just a makeup wipe. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of moisturizer on. I'm going to be using my L'Oreal collagen moisturizer. I've been loving this. It's very thick, but I've been enjoying it because my skin's been really dry. Okay, so now that my moisturizer's been on for a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Primer. I had to buy a new one because I ran out, and I'm going to be working that into my skin. Okay, so now that my primer's on, I'm going to move to foundation. So for foundation, I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Foundation and my Manic Panic Dream Tone. I'm just going to mix them together on the back of my hand. So I'm just going to dot this everywhere. So now that I have that everywhere, I'm going to be using this brush here. This is just some random brush I got on eBay. And I'm just going to be packing that into my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and just blend the rest of it out with my Real Technique sponge. Now that I've had that baking for a little bit, I'm just going to wipe it off with a brush. So now that we have all that on, I'm going to go ahead and start contouring, I think. Again, I just want to let you guys know I did use Kat Von D's Lolita, the liquid lipstick, on my lips. Alright guys, so I think that completes this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I loved creating it and I love how it turned out. I think I'm going to wear it on Christmas Day when I go over to my parents, just because I think it's awesome and dramatic and I just love it so much. I'm obsessed. Definitely going to be taking some selfies. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say, so until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!